I was looking forward to it because it was kind of the bit that was missing. I'd had the success. I knew I could do the job. It was kind of a moment, you know, me and my wife, we just sat there and said, you know, it's happening, you know, it's finally, you know, the age of 50, whatever I was, 55, 56, it's happening. They all have the same sort of basic elements in there, and that is, you know, we want to be aggressive, you know, we want to take the game to the opposition, we want to try and win every game of football, which I guess is not unique. Everyone wants to do that. It's just the manner in which we go about it and we will go about it is that we want to be a team that tries to dominate games of football. Now, what that's going to look like, you know, obviously my history is a bit of a predictor to that. And I've been pretty consistent in playing that way, whichever level I've been at, you know, whether that's domestically, international level, or in different countries or different competitions. So, everyone all right? Yeah. Sorry.
Can I ask you about, you know, the fullbacks in particular? It was an area of concern last year. I looked at that. I thought they never looked quite comfortable, Tottenham, with that. But the goal in particular come from Udogie in midfield and run it. Is there some kind of trigger you use? Because he's in midfield, the ball comes out to Perisic, and he just goes. It almost seems like they've been playing together forever. He went straight away and attacked the space. They look like they're playing with freedom. Is that something you work with? I'm not trying to get your secret.
No, see, I'm just copying Pep, mate. Look, we do a lot of work on it, and a lot of it is sometimes instincts, but it's about trying to create and what we're trying to create is a system wherever I've sort of been that's as fluid as it can be, and give the opportunity to players say, you know what, if there's space there, forget you're a fullback. If you're just a footballer and there's space, go in the space, and then it's up to us to make sure we're covering the gaps that are left. And so once players, I think, realise they have that freedom to do that, it's still very structured. Then they don't second guess themselves, you know, they just say, well, there's space there, it doesn't matter if I'm the left fullback, if there's space inside, I'm just going to go in there, drive in there. And, you know, both, you know, Pedro and Destiny, when they have the ball and they're running with it, they're really difficult to stop. And if it's in a central area, it makes them more effective for us.
What about that whole midfield dynamic? It's not just Basuma as well, but Maddison really stood out today as well. And Pat Matassar as well, and another great performance from him. Are you quite pleased with how well they're clicking so quickly? Yeah, it's been good so far, and you know, all of them are sort of getting a better understanding of each other and the roles, and you know, Matters was great today. I mean, he had a disrupted week. He only really trained yesterday with us, but you know, his ability to see the game differently to everyone else helps us, because once we get through that difficult bit of playing through and the game opens up, that's when you need the creative players. And I thought, you know, he was superb today, and Pappy's just got real energy. You know, he just doesn't stop running, which again is a weapon. You know, if you're trying to stop an opposition, you've got somebody who's continually running at you. It's hard to stop. And
you spoke in your first press conference about Pep Guardiola and the impact that he's made, and I think it's fair to say over the past 10 years, the Premier League's very different, because you've got 20 clubs and managers that all want to play their football. You know, no longer is it long ball, route one, old school English football. You've got even managers like thinking Iraola and De Zerbi, Vincent Kompany coming in with Burnley, who will all fully believe in a philosophy that that's the best way to play. You have that unshakable belief as well. So from a pure tactical perspective, you must be relishing the opportunity to go out and prove week in, week out against different opposition that your football is the best way to play.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the sort of attractions to the role, was that you get to challenge, you know, my beliefs, the way we want to play against the best, you know. And whilst you mention all those guys, within them, they all do it differently. You know, there's no carbon copy out there, and you can't just copy. You know, what Pep does so well because it's him. You know, you can't copy that. So, and that's a challenge for all of us managers: is how do we, embed our own principles into the way we want to play, understanding that the competition is going to be as challenging as you can get, and I'm looking forward to that. You know, let's go get them, mate. See where we end up.